Hey, welcome. My name is Shane Forzard, co-founder of Australian Success Academy. So in this video training, we're going to share with you how to become a highly paid e-hypnotherapist and change lives without even leaving your home. Hope you get excited for that. All right. So this training's for you if you're looking to make extra income or change careers, if you're wanting to help people in a positive way, if you want to feel good about how you earn your income, if you want freedom in your lifestyle and just flexibility in general, and if you really want to understand how the mind works and you also want to build a business that you're proud of, then this training is for you. So let's just start off by saying, what would you do if money was no object? So what would you be doing with your time? Now, if you're like me, if money was no object, what you'd be doing is helping people. You'd be contributing back to people. And so I want to show you how to do that. So, what would you want to help others do? So, that's, what do you want to help people do? Do you want to help them change their life? Do you want to help them make the world a better place, improve the environment? What is it for you? Now, for me, when I asked myself this question many years ago, it was I just really wanted to help real people get real results. And so the opportunity in front of you today is that every single person that doesn't have what they want has pretty much one main problem in life, and that is their mindset. Now, whether it's your health, whether it's relationships, business, money, or even self-worth, our mindset is either going to be your biggest weakness or your biggest strength. Now, hypnotherapy is scientifically proven to be one of the most effective, natural, and fastest ways to create a mindset shift. So why am I so passionate about helping people? Well, many years ago, my worst day ended up becoming my biggest power. Now, I wish I didn't have this story, but we can't change the past, right? So we can only change the meaning that we give to it. And many years ago, I got a phone call, and it was my father on the end of the phone call. And he told me that my sister had been killed in a car accident. And my whole world was turned upside down. In fact, my entire family's world was turned upside down. And we got into a state of depression as a result of it. And whole family fell apart. But eventually what happened, it was like this voice inside my head, or coming from somewhere, just told me that everything happens for you, not to you. And I started to question, okay, how does this happen for me? And I started to realize that every single thing that happens has a hidden gift. I'm like, okay, what could be the possible hidden gift of my sister being, killed in a car accident? And in that moment, I realized that my sister had been through this experience. Her life had been taken to teach me something. And I know that's a big, confronting thing to think about. But what I realized was, it was teaching me that I now had to live a life that was worthy for two. I now had to live a life that was worthy for her life and my own. And I can tell you, as soon as I came to that realization, as soon as I gave that meaning to that situation, it was like the heavy cloak of grief and depression was just lifted away instantly, and I started to take massive action. And it's been one of the driving forces in my life for so many years now. And so I now get to turn my worst day into my best day. Again, like I said, we can't go back and change the past. All we can do is change the meaning to it. So how to get the most out of this training? So I'm going to encourage you to be fully present. So give yourself this gift of being completely present, because the things I'm going to share with you today could change your entire life. Now, take plenty of notes as well. So get a pen out, get some paper, get curious about how you can master your own mind, how you can help other people do the same thing, and then stay to the end because they're going to give you a gift. Now, I also want to make sure that maybe you've seen video training before, and I want to let you know that I appreciate your time and I value your time as well. So I'm not going to waste your time throughout this. There's nothing to buy throughout this. I'm going to give you some actionable steps, and I will offer you an opportunity to speak with me if you feel like any of this sort of resonates with you. I just want to let you know that you cannot buy anything on this training, so don't forget about that. There's nothing to buy on this training. Now, for those that are interested, we will have another chat about how we can help you get the outcomes that you're looking for. Now, did you actually know that the average e-hypnotherapist makes over $150,000 a year? Now, what's the difference between a hypnotherapist and an e-hypnotherapist? Well, an e-hypnotherapist has developed more of their business model online. They still do one-on-one live like a normal hypnotherapist, but they go above and beyond compared to most other hypnotherapists. Now, this is why I believe it's the fastest, low-cost way for heart-centered people to make really good money, feel good about helping people, and live a life of freedom. I can tell you this, that after training over 8,000 people in hypnotherapy over the last close to a decade, I want to show you how we ensure people get success through this. Now, what we're going to cover today are three things. Number one, the 4 lucrative offers that e-hypnotherapists use to create abundance. Number two, I'm going to show you how to produce powerful transformation and results for your clients without even leaving your laptop or leaving your home. And then number three, how to find quality clients and get paid good money for helping them. Now, like I said, the average is about $150,000 a year. That's pretty good money for a lot of people. Now, there are 3 steps that we need to look at. There's 3 steps to becoming a well-paid freedom lifestyle e-hypnotherapist. And that is, you need to learn the skills and get certified, first of all. So you need a baseline, a foundation of skills so you can actually help people. Number 2, you need to create the results within your clients. You need to start getting into action and help people create transformation. You then need to create a client attraction system. So you have a flood of people coming to you with inquiries to convert them into clients. And that's what we actually do through our 12-week program that we help people with. Now, because of this system, I've been lucky enough to train over 10,000 people across 5 countries and build a 7-figure passion and freedom lifestyle business. Now, I've trained 8,000 people in hypnotherapy, and there's an extra 2,000 all around the world that are trained in other modalities as well. Now, I work mostly from home. I spend a lot of quality time with my family. I've been running my own company for a number of years and earned, on average about $750,000 for the last 8 years, and I now get to live the life that I love. And this is all because it started with learning hypnotherapy and just wanting to help people. And it's changed my life significantly. But I can tell you it wasn't always like that. Now, I used to be struggling as an employee, working for somebody else, and I had a part-time business as well. So I was a part-time business owner, and I was following what everyone else was doing. I was just, had a job and trying to climb the ranks and, trying to have some side businesses on the side. But look, I wasn't getting the success that I wanted. And I was trying everything to make it work, or at least I thought I was. I tried MLM or network marketing. I tried selling things on eBay. I tried foreign exchange currency trading. I tried running a cafe. I was running a cafe at one point. I tried running a clothing label, and then tried running a record label, and then tried drop shipping. That's importing goods from China and setting up websites. And I tried property investing as well. I felt like I was trying it all, but nothing was working. Nothing was giving me the lifestyle, the fulfillment, and the abundance that I was looking for. And so what did I do? I just retreated to a job. And, nothing was working for me. So what do people do? You just kind of give up eventually. You just feel like, oh, it's not for you. And I saw some people, very few people, with an amazing lifestyle, and I wanted that for me. And I wanted to be on purpose. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted good money. I wanted to be able to travel. And most of all, I really wanted to feel good about what I was doing. And I just realized that something had to change. So my big problem was that I wanted to make money in a way that made me feel good, but it would also give me a great lifestyle for my family. But I actually had no idea on how to get that, despite trying all these different things, and nothing worked. Because no one in my family had what I wanted, and no one really that I knew had that type of lifestyle either. All my friends and other people I associated with were all caught up in the same mindset that I was caught up in. So I just didn't know what to do. And then everything changed. Everything changed because I was surfing one day on the internet, and I came across a presentation about hypnosis, and I was super skeptical. And I had all these limiting beliefs. Doesn't hypnosis only work on gullible people? Is it just some sort of quackery? And I was really skeptical about it. But I thought, what have I got to lose? And I went along, and I'm so glad that I did, because from that day forward, everything in my life changed. I came away, and I just knew that I want to do this right away. I realized that there was a power of our minds that all of us can tap into, and I saw an opportunity to create a business that actually made a real difference. And I realized that the fastest way to go from where you are to where you want to be was to actually go and get a mentor and get a coach. And so I decided that I needed help. I decided, I need to put my bravado aside, put my ego aside, and I just need to submit. So I need to get a coach, I need to get a mentor, and I just need to follow their instructions without any distractions. Just make it happen. And I did, and it changed my entire life. I was scared at first, though. I can tell you, anytime you make a choice, anytime you make a decision, if you feel like you're not ready, it's actually probably one of the best choices to be made. And so I was scared. I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if I was ready. The question like, what if I failed? And what if I do this and I end up failing and everyone judges me and I look like an idiot or I look like a fool? And I decided that, it was worth the risk. My life was worth it. What I wanted for my life, what I wanted for my family was absolutely worth it. And what was the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is, I just end up where I was. And so I could just rebuild if I really had to. And so my problem was that I went and learned hypnotherapy, and I had the skills to change people's lives, but I didn't have any clients. And I didn't know how to start a business successfully. I started many businesses, but they weren't successful. And I'd failed many times, but never really succeeded. So I just went to work on me. I started with coaching certifications. I started obsessing about reading books and attending live training courses. I learned from Tony Robbins, Scott Harris, Mitch Behan, Joe Dispenza, John Gottman, Brendan Bouchard, Byron Katie, Don Beck, Richard Bandler. I could put a whole heap of names up there, but I won't. I spent over $100,000 to learn everything that I could. I now teach people for a fraction of that. This is a few photos. You know, that little red circle is me with Tony Robbins on stage there. And so I became obsessed, and I got certified in NLP, hypnotherapy, conversational hypnosis, success strategies, quantum linguistics, relationship dynamics, life coaching. I was just, not only was it good for my clients, but it was good for me. I was leveling up my own life as well. And, as Warren Buffett says, one of the best investments you can make is investing in yourself, because you get to get a return on that investment. And I realized that it was time to start a feel-good business. And so over the next 2 years, I spent a huge amount of time and effort to figure out how to get clients. I went to speaker training courses. I went to marketing training courses. I invested in very expensive mentorships, and I did some program or product creation programs. And I was trained by some of the world's best, and some of those names earlier are ones you probably recognize. I realized that I needed to go fishing, not hunting. In the past, I was hunting clients and wondering why they were running away from me. It was because I wasn't fishing, I was hunting. So you need to pull clients to you, don't hunt them down. Now, the way you do this is with a client attraction pipeline. So you start by understanding what your target avatar is, what's your target market. You then find out the traffic source. Where do they spend their time? You then create a lead magnet, something that's free that starts the relationship, starts to nurture that relationship. You then have educational content, and that's to develop the relationship further and then convert them into a customer through an irresistible offer. And so this is at a high level what you need to have in order to have a flow of customers coming to you. How do you create abundance in your business? Now, I gained a major success through this because I used my biggest pain and I turned it into my biggest opportunity. I was in so much pain. I didn't have the life I wanted, and I used that to fuel me to make the decisions that I was scared of. I was scared to make some of these decisions. I could have played it safe. I could have, still been stuck in those old ways like many of the people that I used to know are still stuck in those ways close to 10 years later. One of the things I would hate to do is look back 3 years from now and regret that I didn't take action 3 years earlier. And how do I make those decisions? It's because you need to find the why. And so within 18 months of applying all of this in the right way, I tripled my income and I gained back more of my time. And it's when those moments happen that you really do appreciate the person you had to become in order to make those decisions. And I was able to help other people replicate my own results by showing them the system that I used. I had people reaching out to me on, how did you do this? And so I started taking on some of my clients and showing them exactly how to replicate the same results. And it became an absolute dream come true. I finally had this dream business where I get to help people. And it's what we call the Australian Success Academy. That's a company that we run with my wife. And we get to travel the world helping people. We get to help them change their mindset and see what that does in changing their relationships, their health, their business, their money. We get to earn really good money from it, and we get more freedom and more fulfillment than ever before. And so what we do is we then took it further. We started certifying hypnotherapists. So we help them to master their own mind and then to show them how to work on others. But I started to get confused with this because with most of the hypnotherapists that I was training, I saw a lot of those graduates now with the powerful skill to be able to change people's lives, but never actually making it into a business. And I realized that we were still missing some element there. We were teaching them the skills, but we weren't teaching the business side of it. And so, I had other people come to me and they wanted my help. And so some of my really determined clients came and said, look, Shane, can you just show me the way? Can you just, tell me what to do and I'll go away and do it? So my clients asked me how to be successful in business. And I taught them how to do it, and they got massive results. So let me share with you a few of these stories. This is Emma Romano. Emma was a mother of 2 teenagers. Her husband is a builder. She was working as a receptionist. She was struggling with her own healing business, like her own side business she was trying to work with, barely earning $500 a week. So she came along, I trained her in hypnotherapy, I coached her, showing her how to set up her business, and she quickly grew her business to a 6-figure income, and she quit her receptionist job. Now she's an actual international expert and speaker, earning a multiple 6-figure income, working mostly from home. Her entire life has changed significantly, and also her family's life, and she gets to impact so many other people. Now, this is also Alison Morris. Alison Morris is from Sydney. She was a TAFE teacher who kind of lost her passion for a job, and she kind of felt like she was in a rut. I trained and I coached Alison in hypnotherapy and setting up her own business. Within 3 months, she had quit her job. She'd started a hypnotherapy business. She'd grown it to more in 6 months. So she'd grown a hypnotherapy business in 6 months, more than what she was earning in a full year through her TAFE teaching job. And within 2 years, Alison has become one of the top experts in the industry, now being invited to speak in front of thousands of people at a national conference. In 2 years, she has floated to the top in an industry where people have been doing it for 30 years. That's the power of these tools by working on your own mindset. Now, it is predictable because what I realized is I had this proven process and I could show it to anyone, and it really comes down to 3 teachable things. It's an ability to get a client a result. So you need to have the skills so you can get a client a result, and that gives you fulfillment, makes you feel good. You then need to have the ability to do it from a laptop, so you have freedom. You can travel, you can be on holidays, you can do it anywhere in the world, you can have clients from all around the world. And then number 3, you need to have the ability to pull in clients, and that gives you abundance. So you actually have a really successful, financially successful business. And so what we did is we created the E-Hypnotherapist course. And this is the only course for mission-driven people to create a really lucrative, feel-good business and actually work wherever you want. Now, the big problem was, for a lot of people, is I found that they were kind of stuck in a job, that they wanted a business that gave them abundance and freedom that actually helps people. They wanted something they can feel really proud of, but they just didn't know where to start. Maybe that's where you are right now. Look, imagine this. Imagine if you got paid really well to change people's life via laptop. Does that sound like a good thing to do? And that's what you're looking at right now. So the mistakes that people make that I want to make sure you're aware of is, number 1 is that you're unclear on what you want. You just don't know what you want, but you know what you don't want. And so whilst you may know what you don't want, you want to start to get really clear on what it is you actually want. So what is it you actually want? Like if you had a magic wand and you could just make something happen, how would you want that business to be? And do you want freedom? Do you want abundance? Do you want fulfillment? What does that look like for you? So get really clear on what you want, because what you want is what you focus on, and what you focus on is what you create in your life. Now, number 2, the second mistake is that you've tried other businesses, or maybe you've tried a career that were inauthentic to your values, which might earn you some good income, but they don't actually lead you to what you truly want. And I see so many people doing this, that they'll take a job because it pays well, even though it doesn't align with their values. I've got many friends that are depressed who work in the mining industry because it pays them really well, but it affects their mindset so badly that is it really worth earning a much bigger income to then actually have that affect your mindset? Now, there's there's other miners out there. There's people working in the mining industry that are loving life, and I'm not meaning to tarnish the mining industry with that brush. But that's an example where some people will be tempted by money even though it doesn't align with their values. And so you really want to find, what is it you truly want? Do you want freedom? Do you want fulfillment? Do you want abundance? What are your core values? And then find something that's going to lead to that. Even if it's going to take 6 months, even if it's going to take 12 months, is it still worth the investment to live the life that you love? And then the third mistake I see a lot of people make is that they're living to make someone else happy. So they sacrifice a lot of their own life goals for somebody else's agenda. And so you just want to understand, look, what if you could have what you want and still meet the responsibilities of other people and do so even easier? I've met some of my mentors are these sorts of people that they have. One mentor of mine has 4 kids. Before I'm told you've got 4 kids, your life's pretty busy. Now, I've met some people who've got 3 kids. The person with 3 kids has said to me, I can't do what I need to do. I can't do what I want to do because I've got 3 kids. My mentor says, I can do what I want to do because I have 4 kids. I'm going to lead by example for my kids and show them you can have kids and you can have your goals and your dreams and your ambitions as well. Whereas the other person will be using their kids as the excuse. And so if you've got 2 people with different, slightly similar situations, but they're both one's be able to achieve their goals, one isn't, what does it come down to? Mindset. It's all about mindset. So let's have a look at the 4th mistake. You're not allowing yourself to believe that you're not good enough, to believe that you are good enough, I should say. So you're not allowing yourself to believe that you're good enough or that you truly deserve abundance. And I see a lot of people, again, coaching so many people over the years, often people just have low self-worth or they just don't feel like they're worth, they think I'm always going to be poor. I'm always going to be a battler. I'm always going to struggle. Money's too hard to make. I could never do that. And so they play life at a low level, even though what they're doing is they're limiting themselves based on their own self-imposed limitations. It's like they've got this prison of their mind. They don't realize that the bars of that prison is actually their own mindset, and they can just let them go. And again, hypnotherapy is a great tool to be able to allow people to just move through those bars of their prison of their mind. And so your mindset will either be your biggest weakness or your biggest strength. And then number 5. So it could be that you've started from scratch with very little guidance, trying to do it all yourself and failed. I know that's exactly where I was. For close to a decade, whilst I was working in a job throughout my 20s, I was trying all these businesses on the side. I wasn't following a mentor. I wasn't following a system. I just thought I'd just start. I was starting it from scratch with very little guidance, and they all failed. They all failed because I was too full with ego, too much bravado. I thought I knew it all. And you don't know what you don't know. And often what you don't know is the thing you do need to know, hence why you need a mentor and a coach. So find a mentor with a system, and that's going to give you the fastest way to create your success. And then mistake number 6. So it could be because you haven't focused on the business systems, which actually making you money. Again, I've met many people over the years who are like, I just want to do the work. I just want to make the cakes. So someone likes making cakes. I just want to make the cakes and someone else can sell them for me. Other people in the hypnotherapy who are like, I just want to hypnotize clients. I don't have to do the marketing or the book work I don't have to do the systemization of it all. And yeah, it could be that you only want to work with your clients and not have to do any of the other business work. Well, if you truly want to make a difference, you need business systems that work without you. And again, we're going to show you how to do that. So you need to kind of work on the business, not work in the business so much. Mistake number 7 is that you just haven't found the right mentor that is where you want to be. And so when you're looking for a mentor, find a mentor that's going to coach you, a mentor that knows how to coach, that has the goals that you actually want, that has the lifestyle that you actually want, and then follow their instructions, follow their system without distraction, and you'll get that same result much faster. So let's have a look at the 4 lucrative offers of an e-hypnotherapist. That's the first secret I want to share with you. Now, I've seen people charge all sorts of prices over the years, but look, here's the truth. There are 5 most popular hypnotherapy treatments. Now, if you go and Google it, you'll find this is absolutely true, and it's in rank of what is most popular. So most popular is weight loss. People looking for weight loss hypnotherapy. Next most popular is sleep, then anxiety, then to quit smoking, and then confidence. Now, quit smoking used to be much higher, but over the last decade, it started to decrease because there's less and less people that are now smoking, and hypnotherapy to quit smoking has been marketed for so many years. So it's starting to decrease in terms of popularity. So let me ask you this. How many people do you think that you could find who need help with maybe losing weight or sleep or anxiety? Or how many people do you know need to quit smoking? Or how many people do you know have low confidence? Now, here are some of the stats just to show you that 2 out of 3 people are overweight and obese and therefore might need to lose some weight to improve their health. 1 out of 5 people have sleep issues. 1 out of 6 people have anxiety and depression. 1 out of 10 people are still smoking. And then 4 out of 5 people, it's estimated, 4 out of 5 people have low confidence or have confidence issues. So there's a massive market out there. There's a massive sort of demand for helping people with these things. And so the lucrative offer number 1 I want to share with you is running live group hypnotherapy workshops. So as an example, if you run a 2-day course and you charge, let's say, $500 per person, then all you need to do is get 10 people in the room and you've made $5,000. Get 20 people in the room and you've made $10,000. So I'll ask you, do you think you'd be able to find 20 people a month? Imagine if you just ran one 2-day live course and you managed to get 20 people in the room, you're making $10,000 from working 2 days. Sound pretty lucrative, right? Now imagine if you take that workshop and as you're traveling around the world, you run a workshop in each capital city in whatever country you want to visit. That's the power of having that freedom lifestyle. And then you have lucrative offer number 2 is online group hypnotherapy. So as an example, you might run a 4-week online program where you're giving hypnotherapy to a group online, so like a group call. And let's say you charge $500 per person. Well, then if you do that once a month, you get 10 people in, that's $5,000. You do it, get 20 people in, that's $10,000. And again, could you find 20 people to do this every month? Again, you're making $10,000 a month. Now imagine if you do the online with the live. You're making $20,000 a month. This is just how lucrative it can be for people. Then you have lucrative offer number 3. Then when you do live one-on-one, so you're actually doing one-on-one with people live. So this is going to be still down through a video call. So you still have that E-Hypnotherapist freedom lifestyle. So for a single session, the going rate is about $200. You might offer a 6-session package for $1,000, or you might offer a 12-session breakthrough package. So you're going to give 12 sessions to people, have them make all these amazing breakthroughs in their life. Let's say that's on average, the going rate is about sort of $1,750 for that, $1,750. So do you think you can find 5 people who want a personalized service? You know, I can tell you these prices that I just quoted for you are really, really cheap. I charge 3 times this amount when I work with people. And again, I don't work with many people one-on-one all that much anymore, because I want that freedom lifestyle. I work with groups often. Now, the lucrative offer number 4 is downloadable packages. How many of you would love to earn money whilst you sleep? Would that be cool? I mean, there's nothing sweeter than $1 that you earn whilst you're sleeping. And that's what these downloadable packages allow you to do. You make it once and you're now set for life. You're selling it for life. You know, so our entire library of programs that we've created over the years are now sold for about $400. So we sell them as a full package, but we sell the individual programs for $75. Now imagine making money whilst you sleep without working at all. You know, again, imagine if you have 3 or 4 of these going in your business, or 2 or 3, or more than just one. You then have multiple revenue streams. They start to add up over time. Yet this is why it is such a lucrative industry to be a part of. We're now in the information age. More and more people are seeking information and solutions online. You're either going to be a part of that, or you're going to miss that opportunity. I want to show you how to be a part of that. So by the end of that, once you've got those 4 lucrative offers all put together, you now have something for everyone. You've got your live group hypnotherapy workshops. People want live. You've got the live group hypnotherapy, which is online still, but it's live. You're there live. It's not recorded. You then have one-on-one live hypnotherapy sessions, again, still online. You can choose to do it face-to-face if you want. And then you have your downloadable packages. So these all make a huge difference, and they make you great money without huge investment of your time. There is no better time in the world than to start to create a business that leverages your time and your effort than right now. You want to break away from that old mindset of the baby boomer era of just go and get a job and trade time for money. You can do that. Absolutely you can, but you're missing an amazing opportunity. I want to show you that today. Now, some people think, oh, look, no one's really looking for a hypnotherapist. Well, I want to share the truth with you that close to 3 million people are looking for hypnosis every year worldwide. 3 million people, that's a lot, right? So 3 separate studies in Australia found that 9% of the population will seek out hypnotherapy. So it's estimated that 24,000 Australians each year will actually use hypnotherapy. So you only need less than 0.5% of this to earn 6 figures working from home. Imagine if you start to tap into that global market. Imagine if you start to tap into every country that speaks English. So you've got Europe, you've got the US. Imagine if you start to tap into those countries as well. And it starts to build a very big, lucrative business. Again, making sure you're still leveraging your time. So let's have a look at secret number 2. How to produce powerful transformation and results for clients without leaving your laptop. So look, the big problem is that you want a business that creates freedom, that means you can travel, or even maybe something you can run from home. You probably want to make some good money from it, and you probably want to feel good about what you're doing as well. And so this is an opportunity for you. Look, the brain can change. So I'm not sure whether you know this, but it's been proven to be plastic. The brain is now plastic. We know this. So 20 years ago, scientists thought that once we reached adulthood, our brains were fixed, that they thought our brains had sort of gone past this development stage where they couldn't undo it, it couldn't change. Well, due to neuroscience and functional brain imaging, we now know that learning actually changes the structure of our brain at a cellular level. Now, we also know that our brains never stop changing and that they actually make room for new information. And it's kind of like a computer. Your brain's like a computer. But your brain computer can actually grow new circuits and connections as it acquires more information. So this is what's referred to as neuroplasticity. So what it means is your brain can actually mold itself to adapt to new conditions. So let me share with you how hypnosis now changes the brain. So studies have shown that by speaking hypnotically to someone, even over video, actually changes their brain activity, which helps the client to make a transformation. And there's 3 findings on how hypnosis scientifically changes the brain. So the first brain change is that hypnosis decreases the activity in the dorsal anterior cingulate, which is a part of the brain that actually decreases self-awareness, It helps people overcome stress, anxieties, and suffering. And it actually tells the brain to induce a state of presence. That's at the front of the brain there. The second change that we've seen happen is that researchers also discovered that hypnosis boosts the connection between the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which again is at the front, and the insula, which is kind of on the inside of the brain. And this makes available all the necessary ingredients for your client in order to create a breakthrough and transformation, promoting the brain to decide on associating new emotions to past memories and creating a more positive perception and outlook on life. And so what really that means is it helps you change the meaning of things that happened in the past. Like we said earlier, you can never change what's happened in the past, but you can change the meaning. Authentically, you can change the meaning, and it creates a whole new reality for you. So again, you can turn your worst day into your best day, and that's kind of what we do with our clients, and you get to do it for yourself as well. This is why hypnosis works so powerfully. The third brain change is that number 3, that finally researchers also found that hypnosis disconnects the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex and their default mode network. And the default mode network is like a network of parts of the brain that's kind of all around the brain. And this explains why clients may feel a lack of awareness of their actions whilst being hypnotized. They kind of feel a little bit out of it, which actually gives the client an opportunity to make a transformation without being self-conscious or self-limiting. So it kind of temporarily suspends all their self-conscious ways and their self-limitations, so they can actually find a new reality that's going to work better for them. Again, this is the science as to why hypnosis absolutely works. So let's have a look at how do you get a client a result. Well, in step number 1, you want to uncover what's going on for them. So find out what is stopping your client from achieving what they want to achieve. And you do this by asking them a number of questions. And we train you in how to do this. Number 2 is you then take them through a change. So you use your voice, and you take the client through one of the hypnosis scripts that actually changes their brain and the way that they're talking to themselves. We all have self-talk. We want to reprogram that for them. And look, you don't actually have to be in the same room as them or in the same country or the same continent. You can absolutely work from anywhere in the world you like through a video call like this. And you actually work with more than one client at a time as well. So step number 3, you then want to test, pace, and ratify. So to ensure the client has a long-term transformation, it's just not some temporary thing, you actually test the result, you then pace them for their future, and then you ratify the change, which is kind of like cementing it in, is cementing that transformation for them. And then you book them in for the next session. Now, look, some people think that hypnosis doesn't really work. I know what it's like. I used to be one of those people. But look, the truth is that over 3,000 scientific studies around the world have demonstrated the efficacy of hypnosis and hypnotherapy in numerous ways, from weight loss to addictions to pain reduction, immunity. It boosts immunity. It helps with sleep health and confidence. Now, hypnotherapy is now a part of whole patient care being offered by hundreds of hospitals in the US, the UK, and Australia. That's how legitimate it is. Now, irrespective of what you may see on TV and with movies, just understand, TV and movies are not an accurate depiction of reality, right? So this is the science behind it. So let's have a look at secret number 3. How do you find quality clients and get paid good money for helping people? So as I said earlier, you want to fish, not hunt. So you want to be the angler, not the hunter. So you, as fishermen know, you don't chase a fish, you learn how to fish. So the way of doing that is understanding that marketing is like fishing. So we want to be strategic with our marketing. So you want to act like an angler, like a fisherman, I should say. Fisher person, maybe is a PC correct term. And so you want to know the fish. So you want to know what sort of fish you're looking for, where they, what am I going to go fishing for? So if you're going to go fishing for marlin, that is different from fishing for what's a small fish, an anchovy. Completely different fish you're fishing for. So you need to know the fish. That's the target avatar. You then choose the pond or the lake, which is the traffic source. Where does that fish hang out? Where does that person hang out? You then choose the right baits. You need to have high value, free lead magnet. And that sort of attracts the person to start a relationship with you. You then get them hooked. And so you get them hooked and you get their contact details. That then allows you to start to reel them in, like you do with fishing, and you start giving them educational content. You teach them. Now, it's not necessarily you're kind of, you're pulling them towards you, but they're also walking towards you as well. And eventually, you need to land them in the boat, and that's when you get the sale. That's when you convert an inquiry into a sale, into a paid client. And so the answer is that, at first I didn't know any of this, right? So I went looking for strategies and processes and systems, and I applied them all to myself. And as a result of it, I created an amazing business. And I want to show you how you can do it as well. Now, I know that some of you might be saying, oh, but look, this won't work for me. Well, the truth is that it has absolutely nothing to do with you. It just has your ability to whether you can follow a proven system and take action. If you can follow a proven system and take action, then it has everything to do with how much you actually really want it. You know, it's about finding that why. It's about finding, is my life worth taking this risk? You know, and everything that we do is risk, right? It's a risk of, what if I fail? What if I get it wrong? What if it doesn't work? You know, it's about, you know, does it mean enough to me that I'm going to make it work? Can I follow a system? Can I take action? Then that's how you make things happen. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you guys enjoying this training so far? Are you enjoying it? Let me know. Awesome. Great. Look, so let me ask you, who wants to take things to a whole nother level? Who wants to, you know, just change their life up? Who wants to be able to create more freedom, more abundance, and more fulfillment in their life and help other people do that same thing? Does that sound like a cool thing to do? If so, then I'm going to encourage you to book a strategy call with me or my team, and let's have a chat about whether this is a good fit for you or not. Okay, so look, again, book a call if you are interested in creating a freedom lifestyle, if you are looking to run your own business that you are proud of and that you feel good about, if you're interested in having more abundance in your time and money, and you also want to make a real difference, then go ahead and book a call, because let's get together and discuss whether this is a good fit for you or not. I can tell you that, look, if all this did was to show you how to reprogram your own mindset so you can then create a successful side business or even a full-time business that brings in an extra $500 a month, would it be worthwhile? You know, if all it did was just teach you how you can help yourself and you can help other people around you, you get rid of that self-sabotage that's holding people back, would that be worth it? And I want to let you know, look, the reason why my wife and I are so passionate about doing this is because we've been doing this for close to a decade. And the reason why we're so passionate about it is because we want to be a part of making the world a better place. We want to share these incredibly powerful tools with life changers and people that are motivated, inspired, that are heart-driven people just like yourself. Yeah, and we want to encourage you and show you how you can do something that's deeply fulfilling, that's also going to create a lifestyle that's outstanding, giving you more freedom, but also more abundance as well by changing people's lives. You know, we want to make sure this is something that's available to you, because we've seen what an impact it's changed our life and it's changed many of our graduates' life. Now, I did say I was going to give you something, and here's our gift to you. Look, we are so passionate about helping people just like you to learn these skills, to become a teacher, to create a life that you love, and whilst helping others. And we want to give you this gift, and that is that for the first 17 people we're going to that qualify, you need to qualify for this, we're actually going to offer you a scholarship for our 12-week program. Now, please know that that doesn't mean that it's free. It's not for free. What I'm talking about, though, is showing you for as little as $125 a week, a complete system gives you all the tools. You're going to get hypnosis scripts, hypnosis audio programs you can instantly give to your clients. You're going to learn how to write your own hypnosis scripts, how to record your own programs so you can sell them online. Now, we're going to show you how to do it all for $125 a week, and showing you how you can make anywhere upwards of $3,000 to $5,000 a week, as many of our graduates are currently doing. You know, I don't know how to make a better value proposition for you than that. Now, look, the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check all this out, to get your questions answered? So even if only half of what I'm saying is true, then does it still, is it still worthwhile, I guess, exploring and finding out more about? I can tell you that this program that you complete over 12 weeks is going to significantly change your life. It's going to show you how you can change many other people's lives as well, and really live that life of freedom, having fulfillment and abundance as well. So get excited, take action. Look, the only thing that's stopping you from having your dream life is your mindset. It's the only thing that holds people back. And that hardest step is the first step. It's about honoring yourself and honoring the fact that you do deserve to have your dream life. So if any of this interests you, please go ahead and book a call now. Let's find out whether this is a good fit for you. Get your questions answered. Go ahead and book the call right now. I know you've got a lot of questions, so let's get them answered. Just go ahead and believe in yourself. Get excited, because the universe has shown you this opportunity for a reason. So if any of this interests you, go ahead and book the call. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.